How do you guys think about building the context? I think there's always this question of like, if you could put all the data in, would it be better?
One of the things that we have shied away from is asking too much from the user, because then what is the value add of Traversal, right? So the onus is on us. Let me just run it and show you what is happening. So when the user asks this question, now Traversal is going and figuring out what all context should be pulled in for this particular issue that the user is describing. And in the background, it's leveraging who is asking the question, at what time the question is being asked, and its own understanding of the knowledge base or the system architecture in the background. Based on that, it's making queries to, of course, the live data, the logs, the metrics, the traces, and is building that context and is doing this sequential hopping as it's building this context to hop from service to service, as you can see, from index to index, and finding these three services are impacted. Okay, but they are also connected like this. So let me go hop there. So this kind of context building is being done by AI, but the user can always warm start when they come to the UI or on Slack by sharing that, hey, begin the investigation. Here is the three things I already know. And then it can accelerate the findings of the AI.
And I'll add that a lot of times the context is implicitly getting built by things like what is growing in the Slack channel, and like the LLM kind of parsing all the relevant nuggets that are getting formed in that war room by itself. And it's using that to guide the search as well, implicitly through the process. But we found that the less you, especially like a highly stressful time, like an incident, the less you can ask of, an on-call engineer, the better.
I think your question of how much context is being used by AI to come to the answer, you can see that, it has looked at a few hundreds of millions of logs, tens of thousands of time series, a few hundred pull request deployments, and thousands of dashboards. If you just take the token count of this much data, it's easily few million tokens. But then how do you do the processing of it so that whenever it hits an LLM or a reasoning or an orchestrator agent, the context is maintained? So that goes into, the tool orchestration or the tool building and memory management that we do on our end, so that at any given point, none of the LLMs or agents are overwhelmed.